Part 24. It's Doomsday, there are all-female zombies around. Author, Yu Cha Xiao. Chapter 231. As the shadow continued to move forward, Wang Ran finally saw it clearly. This is the pale young nun. In this dim light, it is very scary. Unexpectedly, these children are not afraid and still protect her? The nun staggered and walked in front of Wang Ran. Don't embarrass the kids, they just want to protect me. The nun's voice was weak, and it looked like she was seriously injured. It's interesting. A group of children protect a nun zombie. Eat this first. Wang Ran took out a mutant cucumber from his pocket and handed it to the nun. I can't eat this, The nun felt that the cucumber was different from ordinary food. There was a smell in it that attracted her. She took the cucumber subconsciously and put it in her mouth. Crack! The fresh juice exploded in her mouth. A burst of energy flowed down her throat into her stomach. The nun was surprised to find that she had regained some strength. This cucumber is amazing. The nun was not polite, and ate the whole cucumber clean. It feels so much better. The nun finally stopped wobbling. Tell me, what's the situation with you here? Wang Ran sat on the seat of the carriage. The nun sat directly opposite Wang Ran. It's like this, these children are the children of the city orphanage. On the day the zombies broke out, I happened to go to the orphanage to deliver donated clothes to the children. As a result, we encountered an attack by zombies. The dean and I first took the children to hide in the basement. 2 days later, our food ran out and the basement began to leak. We couldn't stay there any longer. The dean took us by bus and wanted to find a new place to hide. It turned out to be worse outside. In a hurry, we abandoned the car and fled into the subway station. In the beginning, there were some zombies in the subway station, but most of them fell under the platform and couldn't climb up. We used sharpened sticks with the kids to clean up all those zombies. The zombies in the carriage, we also led them down below to deal with them one by one. However, the dean was unfortunately bitten by a zombie in the process. We've been hiding here since then. A few days ago, when I was out looking for food, I was targeted by a mutant zombie. He came all the way down with me. Although we solved this mutant zombie with traps, I was also infected. Speaking of which, the nun paused and sighed. It can be seen that turning into a zombie has had a great impact on her belief. I wanted to jump off the platform and let the kids get rid of me like they did with the zombies before. But the kids couldn't bear to do it. I had to lock myself in the last car. After a few days, I suddenly regained some consciousness. I realized that I might have become a mutated zombie. That's when I learned that these children would squeeze a bowl of blood for me to drink every day. After that, I started going out and helping the kids find food. As a zombie, it's quite convenient to find food outside. The children regularly bled me to drink to keep me strong. I didn't want them to do it at first, but if I go down, who's going to get them food? We survived like that for a few days. The day before yesterday, when I was looking for food in a residential area, I was suddenly attacked. Someone attacked me with steel balls. I forced myself back here. But I'm so bad that I can't go out and get food anymore. Have pity on these children, you can only risk yourself out. Fortunately, there are a lot of zombies in the urban area these days. For some reason, the children didn't have any accidents. Speaking of this, the nun zombie felt a pain in her chest and couldn't help bending down. Although she regained a little strength, those small steel were still in her body. Let me help you see. Wang Ran stepped forward to check the wounds of the nun zombie. Just as his hand was about to touch the clothes, Wang Ran was stunned. Dozens of pairs of eyes around him were staring straight at his hand. Almost forgot that there were so many spectators around. It is estimated that this treatment process is not suitable for children to watch. I'll take you to the back compartment. Wang Ran stretched out his hand to the nun zombie. The nun zombie was stunned. Thinking of the magical effect of the cucumber that Wang Ran gave her, the nun had a little more trust in Wang Ran. Just let him see. The nun gave Wang Ran her hand and was helped by Wang Ran to the back compartment. Don't peek. Wang Ran turned around and instructed the children. The children nodded in understanding. There are no lights inside, so you can't even see it. Wang Ran took the nun to the depths of the carriage and let her lie down on the seat. Because there was no light, Wang Ran could only to untie the nun's clothes. Lord, please forgive me. The nun thought to herself. Although her faith has long since been shaken after becoming a zombie, her long-standing habit has remained. Soon, Wang Ran took off the nun's shirt completely. The next step is to look at the wound. Because there is no light, Wang Ran still has to explore with his hands. The process of groping made the nun a little unbearable. There's a bump here. It's a lump with steel in it. Wang Ran took out the Swiss Army knife and used the tip of the knife to pick out the steel ball after determining the position. The nun gritted her teeth. Fortunately, after becoming a zombie, the pain is not so obvious, and it is still bearable. Hey! It's not a wound there. The nun exclaimed suddenly. Almost, point. Hey, I'm sorry. Wang Ran apologized after confirming it again and again. This is a little embarrassing. Embarrassment is embarrassing, but we have to continue. After 10 minutes of groping, Wang Ran finally took out all the steel on the nun. And the nun was also cut a lot by the Swiss Army knife. It seems that these wounds are not so easy to heal. Should you save her? Wang Ran was confused for a moment. Wang Ran has always adhered to the good virtue of seeing death without saving, and he seldom cares about other people's affairs. But for these children, Wang Ran's impression is quite good. At least they weren't bearish at all and were of good quality. The more kids in the camp, the more angry you can be. Moreover, now that zombies can eat mutant vegetables, if you save this nun, you don't have to spend money. Alright, let's save it then. Wang Ran slashed in the palm of his hand, and then pressed his palm against the nun's chest. It fell out of the top 3, seeking all kinds of tickets and blades. The love that can be ordered for free once a day can also be supported. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 232. There are many wounds on the nun. Wang Ran had to wipe her back and forth several times. Blood seeped into the nun's body along the wound. The nun suddenly felt an electric current pass through her body, and all the cells in her body were activated. She twisted in the seat involuntarily. Wang Ran has seen it many times before, and he has long seen it. After a few minutes, the nun regained her composure. Wang Ran groped for a while, and the wound on her body had healed, leaving only a few traces. Owner. Like Xiao Yu Momo, the nun directly surrendered to Wang Ran. By the way, I don't know your name yet. Wang Ran touched people without even knowing their names. My name is Zhou Meng, you can just call me Xiao Meng. Sister Zhou Meng said in a soft voice. By the way, Master, do you need to continue? Zhou Meng lowered her head and asked. Continue what? No. It's not like the nun can't. Wang Ran suddenly realized what Zhou Meng was talking about. Ah, I didn't make a permanent wish. The time of my year's wish has come. In addition, after becoming a zombie, my faith was shaken, and I decided not to be a nun anymore. Zhou Meng said softly. That can't be. There are so many children in the car next door. Wang Ran righteously refused. After all, his lumbar muscles have been severely strained in the past few days, and he even flashed to his waist just now. If you can move, you won't move. Master is right. Zhou Meng nodded obediently. By the way, Master, those children outside, They have been hungry for many days. Can I go out and get them some food? Zhou Meng begged. Even though her mentality has changed, she still cares about those children. Don't worry, I will arrange a camp to accommodate these children. There's no shortage of food there. Wang Ran helped Zhou Meng get dressed. Ah, that's fine. Zhou Meng heaved a sigh of relief. The two returned to the front compartment. Sister Nun. When the children saw Zhou Meng, they immediately gathered around. Sister, your face is much better. Sister, have you turned back into a human? This uncle is amazing. The children chattered. There was some admiration in the eyes they looked at Wang Ran. Uncle, I'm sorry for stealing your car before. I went too far to find food, and it took me 4 blocks to walk back, so that's why. The girl who stole Wang Ran's car before came over and apologized. Steal a car, just steal a car, look what you've crashed into my car. If it hadn't been for a crash barrier in the front, it would have been sheet metal again. Besides, you can drive at a young age. Where did you learn your driver's license? Wang Ran asked seriously. Learn from Mario Kart. Isn't it just the accelerator to accelerate and brake to stop? It's just that the road doesn't look good when you step on the accelerator, and the rest is similar to the game. The girl lowered her head and muttered. Wang Ran was stunned for a while. The reason for driving is really that simple. Wang Ran remembered that when he took the driver's license test, he took the test for subjects 2 and 3 together 7 times. Oh no, you are not allowed to drive secretly in the future. Too dangerous. Zhou Meng educated. I know, Sister Nun. Oh no, stuck out his tongue. Everyone pack up and follow me to the ground. I'll take you to a safe place. It's not good for your health to always hide in such a dark underground. Wang Ran took the lead out of the carriage. The children looked at Zhou Meng, and after getting Zhou Meng's nod, they all walked out of the carriage and followed Wang Ran carefully. Wang Ran returned to the ground with Zhou Meng and more than 30 children. The long-lost sunlight shone on the children, causing them to cover their eyes subconsciously. A bit dazzling. Wang Ran finally saw clearly that these children were all girls. All of them were yellow and thin, and their faces were pale because they had not been exposed to the sun for too long. And they have wounds on their fingers. It seems that it is because they often bleed. Zhou Meng. I said, Xiao Meng, do you still choose gender when saving people? Why are all girls? Wang Ran asked. Ah, I didn't mean to. That day happened to be someone who wanted to come to the orphanage to adopt a child, and only the boy was named. All the boys were taken out and picked and I stayed with the girls. Hey, I don't know what happened to the other children. Zhou Meng sighed. Think about it and know that the possibility of surviving in this environment is too small. Hey, uncle, what is this? Oh no, suddenly found a few more sacks in the car. Goji berries, deer antler, and this one I don't know. Oh no, flipped through the sack and muttered. Wang Ran's face twitched. These are what he brought to nourish the kidneys. Oh no, don't mess with other people's things. Zhou Meng blushed and taught her a lesson. Wang Ran knew from Zhou Meng's expression that she knew these herbs. That, my grandfather is an old Chinese medicine practitioner, I used to help in his pharmacy when I was young, so. Zhou Meng blushed and explained. At the same time, Zhou Meng seemed to have guessed why Wang Ran was wrong to her when she was in the subway just now. You need a combination of these herbs. When I'm free, I'll go to the pharmacy and grab some other ones for you to match. Zhou Meng lowered her head and said. Wang Ran's face twitched again. Has your image collapsed like that? It's not that I can't do it myself, it's that the little followers are too powerful. Okay. Wang Ran sighed and took out the satellite phone in the car. Hey, Jiangguo. I'm at the number 4 subway entrance in Gilu. You send a few people over here in 2 buses. Wang Ran gave an order and hung up the phone. 10 minutes later, 2 buses stopped in front of Wang Ran and others. The children were taken into the car one by one. "Boss, where are these children going? Villa area or Donghu Island?" the driver Zhu Ming asked. "Send it to Donghu Island first. Let Momo take good care of them." Wang Ran thought about it. Zhou Meng estimated that she was going to follow her. If these children are separated from Zhou Meng, they will not be able to accept it emotionally. It's all girls anyway, so let's stay on the island first. "Sister Nun, won't you come with us?" Ono asked, sticking his head out of the car window. "You go back first, be nice. I'm going to clean up the who hurt me." Zhou Meng broke out with the nun's murderous aura. +13. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu Da Cha Xiao. Chapter 233. After waving goodbye to the two buses, Zhou Meng jumped in front of Wang Ran. "Master, I'm going to clean up the person who hurt me, is it okay?" Zhou Meng made a prayer and asked. "Of course it doesn't matter. I'll accompany you to see." Wang Ran took Zhou Meng into the car. If it was said that the other party was fighting zombies with steel in order to survive, then Wang Ran could understand. Just teach it a lesson. If only for fun. That is not something that can be solved by education. Under the guidance of Zhou Meng, Wang Ran drove a Hummer to a nearby community. "This is it, master." Zhou Meng always spoke softly and softly. Wang Ran took Zhou Meng out of the car. This is a very ordinary neighborhood. It is estimated that the shooter was a resident hiding on a certain floor. Although Wu Jiangguo and others have included all the survivor camps in An City, there are still some scattered individual survivors. "Do you remember which one it was?" Wang Ran asked. "Probably, in that direction," Zhou Meng pointed out. As soon as he finished speaking, Wang Ran felt that something was breaking into the wind. Wang Ran turned his head slightly, and a steel ball flew past his eyes and shot onto the Hummer's door. The door is bulletproof and naturally can resist such small steel balls. "Grass, this is intentional." Wang Ran suddenly became angry. Obviously, he looks like a serious human being, which can attract steel balls, but it only means that the other party is shooting at others with a playful mentality. Moreover, judging from the power, this gun must be the kind of steel ball air gun that is banned for sale. "Master, I saw it, it's the rooftop." Zhou Meng pointed to the top floor of a residential building. As soon as the voice fell, a few more steel shot over. Zhou Meng was just an ordinary mutant zombie, her reaction was not as quick as Wang Ran's, and another steel ball hit her chest. Zhou Meng didn't know what to think. Instead of frowning, she blushed. Go up and get him." Wang Ran took out the doom hammer directly from the back seat of the car. Zhou Meng hurriedly followed. Downstairs of the residential building is the kind of iron door that requires a keycard to unlock. Of course, this could not stop Wang Ran. Wang Ran directly reached out and grabbed the iron door, pulling it hard. The door was taken down straight away. Wang Ran and Zhou Meng started to climb the stairs. The stairs were deliberately filled with lubricating oil, and the handrails were removed. It's supposed to be used to prevent zombies. Wang Ran and Zhou Meng could only support the wall and slowly climb up. A few minutes later, the two came to the 6th floor. The guy shot from the rooftop just now, but there is no way to the rooftop. Wang Ran looked at it, and there was a square hole on the top of his head, with something pressing on it. Obviously, it should have gone up to the rooftop from here, but it was held down by the people above. This thing can't stop Wang Ran. Wang Ran directly took the hammer of destruction and stabbed it hard. What was pressed against the entrance of the hole was stabbed away in an instant. There were exclamations and shouts from above. Wang Ran jumped lightly, jumped up directly, and brought Zhou Meng up with a hammer. On the rooftop, a man and a woman were looking at Wang Ran and Zhou Meng with horror. "You, what do you want to do? Don't mess around." A young man with a peaked cap held an air rifle in his hand, and his eyes were a little flustered. In the past few days, he has shot zombies on the roof, and also shot survivors, but no one has ever rushed to the roof directly. This made him a little terrified. "You shot my man, you shot my car. What did you say I was looking for you for?" Wang Ran tapped the ground lightly with the hammer. "I." The man in the peaked cap was about to answer when the woman beside him stood up. "A Feng, what are you beeping with him? Shoot him to death," the woman said coldly. Wang Ran smiled. This woman is a second-level awakener. That's it? Can a level 2 awakener be so arrogant now? The man in the peaked cap didn't dare to defy the woman, so he obediently raised his gun and pointed it at Wang Ran. Wang Ran was not afraid at all, and walked straight to the man in the peaked cap. "Master, be careful." Zhou Meng's nervous hands were clenched in front of his chest. She had never seen Wang Ran's fighting power, and thought that Wang Ran would be injured just like her. The man in the peaked cap saw Wang Ran getting closer and closer, and couldn't help pulling the trigger. The steel shot directly at Wang Ran's chest. The distance of more than 20 meters is the most powerful section of the steel ball. The man in the peaked cap is very confident that he can shoot Wang Ran to death. But the steel ball hit Wang Ran like a plastic bullet, and it bounced off easily. "No way. The power of this gun can even pierce glass. Why do you?" The man in the peaked cap became more and more flustered. He has never encountered such a situation. "Brother, don't come here, I was wrong, brother." The man in the peaked cap couldn't hold it any longer, he dropped the gun and knelt down. Wang Ran didn't do anything, just the momentum of coming over made him cowardly. Useless things are so weak in bed and weak in fights. If it wasn't for the difficulty of finding men, I would really want to slap you to death. The woman glared at the man in the peaked cap. At the same time, the woman realizes that Wang Ran may be an awakener. The woman looked at Wang Ran and then at the man in the peaked cap, and an idea suddenly popped into her heart. "This little brother, why don't you do this? This person is handed over to you, how about we make friends?" The woman licked her lips and gave Wang Ran a wink. Wang Ran's face twitched. "Big sister, you look like this, I really don't want to be friends with you. Besides, is it really okay to just dump your little boyfriend like that? Sister Lee, how could you treat me like this? Anyway, I've been doing my best to serve you 4 or 5 times every night these days." "Brother. Brother. Before, it was Sister Lee who was shooting people for fun. She also shot your car just now, don't hit me." The man in the peaked cap cried. These days, he survived because he was attracted to the Sister Lee by his rather handsome appearance. But his life is not very easy, especially at night. Now, seeing that Sister Lee sold him directly, he finally broke down. "What, the unfamiliar white-eyed wolf?" Sister Lee slapped the man directly and turned the head of the man in the peaked hat 360 degrees. "Little brother, you see I killed him, can we be friends now?" Sister Lee looked at Wang Ran, more and more pleasing to the eye. This figure is definitely more playable than a peaked cap. Wang Ran was walking, when suddenly his waist became sore. "I had flashed my waist before, but it's not completely healed yet." Wang Ran had to hold on to his waist and slow down. "Isn't it, another useless man?" Sister Lee frowned. "I knew I wouldn't kill the cap. Plus 14, ask for blades, ask for everything. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around." Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 234. Originally, I saw that this man could carry Gundam physically, so he was an awakened. Unexpectedly, my back hurts after walking 2 steps. Sister Lee looked at the beautiful nun behind Wang Ran and guessed some reasons. It must be overindulgence. Xiaomeng, come here, what do you want to do to her? Wang Ran ignored Sister Li and turned around to greet Zhou Meng. Zhou Meng ran to Wang Ran in small steps. She shot me with a steel ball, or shoot back. Let her taste the pain too. Zhou Meng thought about it for a while. It is a good choice to use the way of the people to treat the body of the people. You two, you really don't take me seriously. I'm a second-level sleeper anyway. Snapped. Before Sister Li could finish her words, Wang Ran slapped her on the ground. This slap, Wang Ran only used 10% of his strength. If she tried too hard, it was estimated that Sister Li would be as cold as the man in the peaked cap. That can't be done, Xiaomeng hasn't let out his anger yet. Sister Li, who was lying on the ground, understood instantly. This man, so strong. At least a third-level awakener. Such a man, even if his waist is not good, is much stronger than ordinary people. Brother, I was wrong. I apologize for the steel ball, or you will forgive me. I have a lot of moves. It must be better than this little girl. Do you want to try it? Sister Li covered her face and threw a wink at Wang Ran again. Zhou Meng blushed when he said this. She was a devout nun before, and she had never been in contact with or heard of this kind of thing. Now this woman actually said it so blatantly, which made Zhou Meng's face get hot. Xiaomeng, don't worry about her, just grab a gun and talk about it. Wang Ran encouraged him. Zhou Meng nodded and picked up the air gun on the ground. When Sister Li saw that the two were coming, she immediately wanted to get up and run away. Wang Ran kicked Sister Li directly to the ground. If you run again, it will be a hammer next time, understand? Wang Ran took the hammer and smashed it lightly on the head of the man in the peaked cap. Pucci, the head of the man in the peaked cap exploded like a watermelon. Sister Li shivered all over, not daring to run again. Miss. Look at your dress, are you a nun? Don't nuns believe in God? Just let me go. Sister Li looked at Zhou Meng and begged. Sorry, I stopped believing in God a few days ago. Now I believe. Satan. Zhou Meng raised the gun, and the long black dress swayed in the wind. It really felt like a Satan believer. Puff puff. Zhou Meng gave Sister Li a violent burst of shots. The steel continuously penetrated into Sister Li's body. This gun has been modified, and the power at close range is not small. Even a level 2 awakened couldn't resist. Sister Li was quickly beaten into a hornet's nest, with holes all over her body. The foreign body entered her body and caused her to suffer great pain. But she dared not move. Wang Ran's sledgehammer is still stained with the brains of the man in the peaked cap. Zhou Meng shot indiscriminately and put down the gun after shooting the steel ball in the gun. I don't know if it was because I had been suppressed for too long when I was a nun before, but Zhou Meng's heart tickled because of this violent catharsis. Am I really tempted by Satan? Why do I like violence? Zhou Meng muttered in his heart. How is it? Are you feeling more comfortable? Wang Ran asked from the side. I'm in a better mood. Thank you, master. Zhou Meng put down the gun and returned to the quiet appearance before. Little brother, can you let me go this time? Sister Li leaned on the ground and begged. There were blood holes all over her face and body. I don't know if those steel can still be pulled out. Weird. Let's go. Wang Ran ignored Sister Li and took Zhou Meng to the entrance of the cave. This is what it means to let Sister Li go. After all, Zhou Meng himself was out of breath, and Wang Ran was too lazy to care about the life and death of a scumbag. Looking at Wang Ran's back, Sister Li's eyes turned cold. You bastard, you actually ruined my face. I want you to know that the old lady is not easy to bully. Sister Li muttered, crawled into the pile of materials and took out a pistol. This is what she found from a zombie in Jingsuit when she went out to look for supplies. Because of the limited ammunition, she has been reluctant to use it. Now is the time. You can stop the steel ball, I think you can't stop the bullet. Sister Lee raised her gun and aimed at Wang Ran's back. Boom. Gunshots sounded. A bullet was shot directly at Wang Ran's back. Master, be careful. Zhou Meng heard the gunshots and immediately stopped in front of Wang Ran. But the speed of the bullet was much faster than Zhou Meng, and it hit Wang Ran long ago. Of course, bullets from ordinary pistols could not cause damage to Wang Ran at all. Sister Lee didn't know this, and she was still full of anger. Bang bang bang. The bullets in the pistol were vented out of her head. Wang Ran frowned. It's okay to be shot by herself, but Zhou Meng she is still an ordinary mutant zombie, unable to stop bullets at all. Sure enough, Sister Lee had 2 shots that hit Zhou Meng in the lower abdomen. Master, are you alright? Zhou Meng quickly lost her strength. I'm fine, you wait. Wang Ran supported Zhou Meng against the side, and then strode towards Sister Lee with the hammer. When approaching Sister Lee, Wang Ran raised the doom hammer like a golf swing. Puff. Sister Lee's head drew a beautiful arc like a golf ball, and finally entered the hole precisely and fell into the kitchen waste bin in the community. After killing Sister Lee, Wang Ran immediately picked up Zhou Meng and jumped down from the hole on the roof. The 2 bullets were not fatal but serious injuries. Treatment must be urgent. Wang Ran directly kicked open a door on the 6th floor. There are some traces of life in it. It is estimated that it is the residence of the Cap and Sister Lee. Wang Ran first carried Zhou Meng to the master bedroom. The sheets in the master bedroom, it's hard to describe. It must have been made by the Cap and Sister Lee. Wang Ran took Zhou Meng to the 2nd bedroom. The 2nd bedroom was a children's room with a 1.2-meter wide bed that looked fairly clean. Wang Ran carefully put Zhou Meng on the bed. Zhou Meng's face was even paler than before. The steel ball before was nothing more than stuck near her epidermis. And this time it's bullets. The bullet penetrates deeper, and the damage to the body is greater. No time to hesitate, Wang Ran ripped open Zhou Meng's clothes with his hands. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 235. In Zhou Meng's lower abdomen, Wang Ran saw 2 dark holes. The blood of zombies is not as fresh as that of humans, so there is not much blood flowing out of the hole. But there is definitely damage in there. You have to get the bullet out first. You endure the pain. Wang Ran took out the Swiss Army knife. After slightly opening the wound, Wang Ran inserted the Swiss Army knife into the wound. After some fumbling, Wang Ran finally took out a bullet. But Wang Ran also felt that Zhou Meng's abdominal cavity was seriously injured. Wang Ran quickly took out another bullet in the same way. Next is treatment. Wang Ran first cut his palm and pressed it on Zhou Meng's lower abdomen. Blood seeped into the wound, allowing Zhou Meng's trauma to heal quickly. But inside the belly. After thinking about it, I can only use another method, LF. After several treatments, Wang Ran pressed Zhou Meng's lower abdomen with his hand. How is it, does it still hurt? Wang Ran asked. It doesn't hurt anymore. It turns out that this kind of thing has such an effect. Do all the doctors in the hospital treat patients like this? Zhou Meng blushed and asked. That is not. Wang Ran didn't know how to explain it. Come on, I'll take you back to the base. Oops, your clothes are torn for me. I'll find a suit for you. Wang Ran turned over in the closet. This seems to be a middle school girl's room. Wang Ran found a JK uniform and came out. That's it, this one looks better. Wang Ran handed the clothes to Zhou Meng, then turned around. Although I have seen it all, basic courtesy is still required. Zhou Meng blushed and changed into the JK uniform, which felt pretty good. She couldn't tell that she was a rigid nun before. Satan, thank you. Zhou Meng clasped her fists with both hands, thinking silently in her heart. The treatment just now opened the door to a new world for her, and she was out of control. Let's go. Wang Ran extended his hand to Zhou Meng. The two went downstairs hand in hand. Just after walking out of the residential building, several mutant zombies surrounded him under the leadership of a silver-eyed zombie. A combination of humans and zombies. Interesting. Boy, I haven't drank blood yet, let me put some blood to moisten my throat. A mutant zombie looked at Wang Ran and licked his lips. Run The silver-eyed zombie slapped the mutant zombie directly. You want to die so badly, don't implicate us. This is the boss of the boss. The silver-eyed zombie kicked the mutant zombie a few more times. Boss's boss. He's the one. Several mutant zombies were all shocked. At that time, they also participated in the fight against the corpse tide from H-City, but because of their weak strength and far from the central war zone, they never met Wang Ran. Didn't expect to see it here. Boss, how about taking a female zombie for a walk? We won't bother you anymore. Silver Pupil Zombie said very politely. Why, now you are popular for bloodletting business. Wang Ran didn't care about the mutant zombie just now, but was a little interested in bloodletting. Boss Hong ordered that zombies in N City are not allowed to kill people at will. If you encounter a human being, put some blood and drink it, and no one can hurt. It's called sustainable development. The silver pupil zombie quickly replied. Yo, Xiao Hong manages her subordinates pretty well. Commendable. By the way, there are 2 fresh corpses on the rooftop of this building, go eat them and don't waste them. As Wang Ran said that, he took Zhou Meng to the Hummer and walked away. The silver-eyed zombie looked at the rear of the car that was gradually disappearing, and was filled with emotion. The boss of the boss is a cow, and he goes out to drive with a female zombie. When can I be so dashing? The silver pupil zombie sighed. At Zhou Meng's suggestion, Wang Ran went to the traditional Chinese medicine hall again, got some medicinal materials, and then turned back to Donghu Island. Once on the island, Wang Ran saw a lively scene. Ada seems to have become the king of children, leading the girls from the orphanage to have fun on the island. Also, she finally met a group of peers, and it was understandable to have fun. Sister Nun, you are here. It's fun here. There's a lot to eat here too. I left some buns for you, you can eat one. Oh, by the way, you can't eat it, so I'll have to eat it myself. Sister Nun, you look so good in this dress. The girls chattered. Seeing the spirited appearance of the children, Zhou Meng felt warm in her heart. I didn't believe the wrong person. Thanks Satan. Momo, please arrange a villa for Xiao Meng first. Let her have a good rest. Wang Ran ordered. When Lin Momo saw Zhou Meng, he understood in a second. The master brought back another female zombie. Sister, come with me. I'll let you know what's going on here. Lin Momo took Zhou Meng to the villa area. Zhou Meng looked at Wang Ran reluctantly, but followed Lin Momo obediently. Big sister, I want to ride a big dog too. I'm going to ride a gorilla. The new kids circled around Ada. Okay. Line up one by one. Ada felt very proud. I also experienced the feeling of Wang Ran being the boss. Poor little Jin and the orangutan have become children's playthings. At this time, Me-26 flew towards the island. It is estimated that he went to the neighboring city to transport supplies back. The plane slowly landed on the tarmac. Xiao and a few girls from the flight attendant got off the plane. Master, you are back. The girls greeted Wang Ran. The children also ran over and hugged the girls. It seemed that they had gotten to know each other well before Wang Ran came back. How about it, do you have any gains in terms of materials? Wang Ran asked. We received 2 calls in total, one of which was a trap, and we were surrounded by dozens of people as soon as we got off the plane. but we killed them all easily and took their food stocks. The other call is really a bit of material. We exchanged dozens of tons of materials with the food we grabbed before, and shipped it to the factory in 3 trips. Now it has been put into production. Suzuyawa replied. That is to say, you brought dozens of tons of materials out of thin air without spending anything. Not bad, worthy of praise. Wang Ran nodded in satisfaction. I don't want to give verbal praise. Suzuyawa gently tapped Wang Ran's chest with her fingers. It's okay for you to praise me verbally. Wang Ran sighed. With so many girls, Suzuyawa was the most expensive. Okay. Suzuyawa licked her lips. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu Cha Xiao. Chapter 236. 3 days later. Everything is proceeding in an orderly manner. The excavation is almost half done. On the human side, Wang Ran found another 30 excavators, more than 50 in total. Under the digging around the clock in shifts, the progress is not bad. On the other end, Xiao Hong took hundreds of mutant zombies to dig with the most primitive tool, a shovel. It has to be said that the mutant dead body has good strength, and it is not much slower than an excavator to dig. Especially the tank zombies, they are very powerful. They use the door as a shovel, and a shovel will be a big hole. The only regret is that Xiao Hong originally wanted ordinary zombies to dig, but unfortunately the bones of ordinary zombies are fragile, and it is easy to fill the hole by digging and digging. It seems that ordinary zombies can only do the work of moving soil. While the excavation was underway, the first baffles from the factory were shipped to the site. Wu Jiangguo led several thousand survivors to start the assembly of the baffle. After the baffle is assembled, it is only necessary to fill in the sand in the middle, and a solid wall is initially completed. Assembling the baffles is relatively technical and requires a lot of humans to operate. The unskilled work of filling soil is naturally left to the zombies. Wang Ran came to inspect the construction site twice a day. There was no way. It was too expensive to stay on the island, so it was easier to come out. Although it was said that squeezing Ada might help him break through, Wang Ran still couldn't bear it. Ada's body suddenly became smaller because she gave out too much pure virus, which led to her lack of energy. Hey, being a man is hard. When Wang Ran inspected the construction site on the zombie side, Xiao Hong came over. Boss, there is something I want to ask. The butler you left me here before, what are you going to do with it? Xiao Hong grabbed her head and asked. As soon as Wang Ran lost the person, he never asked again, and he didn't know how to deal with it. Yeah, I almost forgot about this guy. What's he doing now? Wang Ran asked. Didn't you let me turn him into a zombie before? Now I keep him in a cage and find 100 zombies every day to take turns. He doesn't seem to be in a good mood now, and he looks a little helpless. Xiao Hong replied. Hey, wait a minute. I remember turning him into a zombie. I said that. Find 100 zombies a day, is that what I said? Wang Ran was a little at a loss. This is too bad. I am starting to feel sorry for Butler. Hey, I remember the boss you said, if your little follower is injured, you will find 100 zombies to ravage him. Look, I broke a fingernail during the last fight. Xiao Hong stretched out her hand in front of Wang Ran. Wang Ran's face twitched. Small attendant. The little follower refers specifically to his own gang of girls. What's up with you, little red? Hey, forget it, do it all. Well, let's cancel the benefit of 100 zombies first. Give him something to eat and let him recover. I want him to be the leading party in the future. Wang Ran patted Xiao Hong on the shoulder and said. Okay, I got it. Little Red nodded. If it continues like this, let alone Butler can't stand it, his own 100 little brothers probably won't be able to bear it. At this time, a phone call came. Wang ran. It's me. Come back quickly. I can't tell you on the phone. Lu Shiyao's voice came out. Jiaxin, go back to the base. Wang Ran hurriedly ordered. Wu Jiaxin nodded and immediately prepared to pull up. Wrong catch. Wang Ran's face twitched. Ah, I'm sorry, it feels too similar. Wu Jiaxin's face flushed, and he immediately adjusted the position of his hand. Soon, the Black Eagle landed on Donghu Island. Lu Shiyao had been waiting on the tarmac for a long time. What's the matter, is the greenhouse collapsed? Wang Ran asked. It's not a greenhouse. Beijing sent a team to pick up the vaccines and medicines I developed. Their plane had some malfunctions. They stopped at the airport in H City halfway, and they were trapped by the zombies in H City. Beijing is far away from H City, it will take a long time to rescue. Wang Ran, why don't we go and help them? After all, they came for me. If they sacrificed, I would feel sorry for them. Lu Shiyao begged. Well, take the medicine you developed and go to H City with me. Just save them and just send them away. Wang Ran thought about it. Well, I'll go get ready. Lu Shiyao immediately ran to the laboratory. Soon, Lu Shiyao ran over with a small box. Jiaxin, is there enough oil to go to H City? Wang Ran asked. Master, that's enough. But you have to refuel at the airport in H City. Wu Jiaxin replied. Hey, are you going out? Take me with you. Lu Shuang, who was passing by, rushed over directly. Lu Shuang felt a little uncomfortable when he learned that the new Zhou Meng had already. Is it because your legs are not long enough or your waist is not thin enough? After being here for so long, Wang Ran actually didn't do anything to her. Too much. Seeing that Wang Ran was going out, Lu Shuang took the initiative to join the team. Someone offered to be a coolie, but Wang Ran was too lazy to refuse. The Black Hawk helicopter took Wang Ran and the four and flew towards H City. During the flight, Lu Shiyao and Wang Ran started an in-depth discussion. Lu Shuang blushed when the co-pilot listened. She glanced at Wu Jiaxin next to her. I have to say that this girl is so delicate that she must be the school flower in the university. Those long legs are not only long, but also white and tender. Not like myself. The legs are long, but the skin tone is wheatish, not white. That guy Wang Ran. I definitely like big white legs, Miss Xiaolu, I know what you're thinking. Wu Jiaxin, who was flying the plane, suddenly said a sentence. What? What? Lu Shuang panicked. The things that I think are so inappropriate, can this be guessed? Among so many girls, you are the only one who. A fool can guess what you're thinking. Wu Jiaxin smiled. Then there's nothing I can do. The deer's face turned red. Are your current thoughts so obvious? Actually, after my investigation and research, I do know a method with a high success rate. Wu Jiaxin smiled slightly. Any solution? Jiaxin, tell me quickly. It's a big deal, I'll watch 10 nights on your behalf. Lu Shuang rushed forward and asked. Plus 15. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 237. Wu Jiaxin glanced at the back and made sure that Wang Ran didn't notice the side, so he got close to Lu Shuang's ear. To break through that layer of relationship, you just need to get hurt. Attention, you must control your proportions. If the injury is too light, the master may only give you some blood to deal with it. The injury is too serious, and it may pit myself. By the way, it's better to be injured internally. Wu Jiaxin analyzed and summarized these contents like taking notes in class. I see. Lu Shuang suddenly realized. No wonder the nun in the JK uniform came back already. There is such a way. I knew earlier. It looks like I need to get hurt a little bit when I go out this time. Lu Shuang began to think about how to be injured to appear more natural. This is a technical job. In a hangar at Hongqiao Airport in H City, several Awakens in camouflage uniforms were hiding in a small plane. One of the Awakens seems to be slightly injured. Grandma, who would have thought that Hongqiao Airport would be occupied by zombies? We've landed in a zombie den. An Awakened muttered. I said let's go to Pudong Airport, there must be fewer zombies there. The man next to him sighed. Pudong Airport. Our plane broke down, and it's good to be able to land. The pilot was a little aggrieved. I've already contacted Team Lin. Let's hold on for a few hours, and Team Lin will personally lead the team to rescue us. Captain John Kuazu comforted him. The zombies have already begun to investigate inside and outside the airport. A few hours, I guess it's a bit overwhelming. Aaron, can this little plane fly? John Kuazu asked. No, no oil. There are still some planes on the runway, but as soon as we get out, the target is obvious. If you choose the wrong plane, you may have to fight with the zombies. Pilot Aaron sighed. Reckless. I heard that H City was occupied by zombies, and there are a lot of zombies at the red pupil level. If we really fight, we will definitely not be able to leave when the red-eyed zombies arrive. John Kuazu looked solemn. This team planned to go to Lushiyeo in An City to get the latest research results. For the sake of flexibility, they brought not many people. If such a few people are surrounded by massive zombies, no matter how strong they are, they will not be able to hold on. If you wait until the red-eyed zombies come, it will be completely over. Captain, do you think there will be someone in An City to rescue us? A player asked. An City. Wu Jiangguo, who is as famous as Team Lin, is the most powerful in An City, right? But we don't know him well. I did say hello to researcher Lu, just in case we had an accident and let her wait. But I don't think there is any hope for the rescue over there in An City. John Kuazu sighed. At this time, there was a sudden movement from the hangar door. Everyone, lie down and keep quiet. John Kuazu immediately gestured to it. The players fell down one after another. It should be the zombies who came to this area to search. As long as the zombies do not climb up, it is estimated that they will not be found. But they can't control the behavior of zombies. What entered the hangar was a mutant zombie. He was assigned in this direction to search for the humans who landed at the airport. It's so far away for me to come and see. Is this bullying my weakness? The mutant zombies scolded and turned around in the hangar. To be honest, he really didn't want to discover those humans. If they met, everyone would have to fight because of their feelings. But I am weak. If a guy with some strength comes, he will definitely be finished. Hey, don't hide here. The mutant zombies turned around carelessly. There is only so much space in the hangar, and the place where people can hide is the plane. I'm going, shouldn't I hide in here? The mutant zombies began to hesitate. Do you want to go to the plane or not? If there is someone inside, everyone will be embarrassed. Forget it, let's go. As long as you don't look at it, there's no one inside. Just then, a loud voice came from the plane. Sounds like, fart. It may be the fart of the awakened person, which is relatively powerful, so the sound is very loud. The mutant zombie was stunned. This is too much for zombies. Can't you hold back for a while? It was so loud. If you want to pretend you don't know, you can't do it. Immediately afterwards, there were several more serial farts. The mutant zombies began to tremble. These human beings are too much, Can't they be happy? Grass, I can't help it. Aaron, your fart hurts more than poison gas. Jonquiazu opened the cabin and jumped down. This fart must have been heard by the investigating zombie, so Jonquiazu didn't hide it. The other team members got off the plane with the help of the wounded. Several team members took out their guns and aimed them at the mutant zombie. Don't kill me. You use guns, make a lot of noise. It will be discovered by other zombies. The mutant zombie said with a trembling. That's right. Jonquiazu put away his gun, took out a dagger, and put it on the neck of the mutant zombie. Do not do that. If I don't go back, they will be suspicious, and they will still find it here. The mutated zombie's strong desire to survive made his mind become flexible. Captain, what should I do? A player asked. Let's buckle up first, adapt to the situation. You, tell me honestly, how many zombies are there, and what kind of strength they are? Jonquiazu patted the face of the mutant zombie with a dagger. I said. There are probably more than 1,000 zombies in the airport. The person in charge of the airport is a golden pupil, and there are more than a dozen silver pupils. However, there are a lot of zombies near the airport. There was too much movement of your plane landing before. It is estimated that a lot of zombies have gathered here. Don't mess around. The mutated zombie explained it quickly enough. Of course, he was more worried about his own safety. Grass. You can't stay here for long. It looks like we can only fight for luck. Go all out to find a plane and rush over, and then bet that the plane can take off. Dead or alive, it depends on our luck. Jonquiazu thought about it and said it. Captain, you're lucky, you pick. Brothers together, even if you die, someone will accompany you. Yes, it's life or death. The team members expressed their opinions. Plus 16, drop to number 5, I want everything, tickets, blades, rewards, lighting up love. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu de Cha Xiao. Chapter 238. Jonquiazu gritted his teeth, this is the only way to do it in this situation. Now that he has decided to rush out, this mutant zombie must be killed. Jonquiazu aimed at the chin of the mutant zombie with the tip of the dagger, ready to stab straight up. The mutant zombie was so frightened that it was trembling all over, and its legs were weak. But he still had to hold on, because if he couldn't hold his legs and fell down and sat down, the dagger would go straight into his brain. Just when Jonquiazu was about to poke, a roar suddenly came from outside the hangar. Captain, it's a helicopter. A black eagle flew over. Pilot Aaron looked through the crack of the door. Black Hawk. Where did the black eagle come from? Beijing didn't come so quickly. Shouldn't it be? Jonquiazu thought of a possibility. Researcher Lu. Could it be that Researcher Lu sent someone to save us? The entire team was excited. Fortunately, the call was just to remind the other party that they might be destroyed, but I didn't expect that they would bring someone directly to the rescue. Moving. Captain, what should we do now? A player asked. I think you should get on that plane and leave here happily. Of course, I will applaud you and see you off. The mutant zombie said with a smile. Did I ask you something? The team member directly kicked the mutant zombie. The zombies are weak and dare not reply. At this time, the weak have no rights. Well, when the Black Hawk is about to land, let's rush out together. As for this zombie. Jonquiazu looked at the mutant zombie. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. If you let me go, I'll attract your attention. The mutant zombies begged. Jonquiazu pondered for a while and nodded. Can grenades be used? In this way, you take these 2 grenades. Go straight to the terminal to detonate. We'll be watching you from behind. If you lose a grenade halfway, or don't detonate, we'll just shoot you. The members of our team are all very accurate with their marksmanship. Don't even think about paddling. Do you understand? Jankiwazu asked. This zombie is really too weak to be honest, killing it is really meaningless. Might as well let him help cause a little disturbance. As long as the explosion attracts the attention of other zombies, they will have a little more time to get on the plane. Understood. Don't worry, I'll definitely blow up the terminal, leaving them nowhere to go. The mutant zombie's strong desire to survive made him temporarily change his alignment. Jankiwazu nodded. This zombie is so afraid of death, he is not worried about his tricks. Even if the grenade did not detonate, they would have nothing to lose. Along, King, you carry ALU. Follow my instructions and get ready. Jankiwazu ordered it. The Black Hawk helicopter outside slowly lowered its height and seemed to be looking for a suitable location to park. It's time, let's go. Jankiwazu pushed the mutant zombies and led the team towards the direction of the Black Hawk helicopter. The mutant zombies were afraid that the people behind them would shoot guns, and honestly ran to the terminal with a grenade. The Black Hawk helicopter landed slowly, just in front of the mutant zombies. The hatch opened, and Lu Shuang and Wang Ran jumped out. This way. Wang Ran waved to Jankiwazu and other team members. Seeing this, Jankiwazu and the others became more confident and accelerated their running speed. There's a zombie next to me, I'm going to kill him. Lu Shuang knew that when the team members got on the plane, everyone would retreat. She has no chance of getting hurt. Wang Ran glanced at it, just an ordinary mutant zombie, with Lu Shuang's strength there should be no problem, so he didn't stop it. Lu Shuang rushed directly to the mutant zombie. The mutant zombies are about to cry. What's the matter today, are you so unlucky? He was about to escape from death soon, but a woman had to rush towards him. The mutant zombies did not dare to mess around. He was afraid that a gun would be aimed at him behind him, so he could only lower his head and run forward desperately. But he couldn't outrun the long-legged and strong Lu Shuang at all. Soon, Lu Shuang caught up with the mutant zombies. Lu Shuang kicked the mutant zombie to the ground. The mutant zombie staggered to his feet and continued to run forward without turning his head. At first glance, this ant is more powerful than herself, and it is only the fool who fights her. Lu Shuang was stunned. Are zombies so spineless? You kicked yourself down and you still run? Come and hit me. Lu Shuang stomped his feet angrily. In this situation, it is too deep to continue chasing. Seeing that the team members were almost running to Black Hawk, Lu Shuang could only turn around and ran back to Wang Ran. It looks like another opportunity has to be found. At this time, zombies who heard the movement of the helicopter began to appear in the terminal building. A large number of zombies jumped from the window on the second floor and rushed in the direction of the Black Hawk helicopter. The mutant zombies are holding grenades and don't know whether to detonate them or not. He looked back and found that Jankiwazu was aiming a gun at him. Hey, be a boy of 2 or 5. The mutant zombie pulled down the grenade ring and threw the 2 grenades towards the terminal. Boom! The grenade exploded directly in the zombie pile, and the flesh and blood flew. There was a big gap in the corpse tide that originally flocked to the Black Eagle, and many ordinary zombies with low IQ even grabbed the corpse directly on the ground and ate it. On the Black Hawk side, the team members ran into the cabin smoothly. The helicopter slowly pulled up. There were still quite a few zombies running to the helicopter and starting to pick and pull. Once a zombie is pulled up, a bunch of them will hang underneath. The lift of the helicopter encountered a little difficulty, and it even affected the balance. Jankiwazu decisively took out 2 Uzis and swept them away at the zombies. The zombies fell one after another. As the helicopter continued to rise, it finally got rid of the zombies piled up like mountains below. Call. Researcher Lu, thank you very much. My name is Jankiwazu, and I am the leader of this team. Zhang Qiaozu introduced himself. Hello. This is my boss, Wang Ran. He is also the current leader of N City. Lu Shiyao glanced at Wang Ran with admiration from the corner of her eye. N City also recovered. I heard there was a corpse tied in your place. It's definitely not easy to deal with. Oh right. I heard that there is Wu Jiangguo in N City. He is as famous as our Lin team. This brother Wang Ran is the leader of City N, so who is Wu Jiangguo? Zhang Qiaozu and the team members were all at a loss. They are very interested in Nan Jiangguo, who is as famous as their Lin team. Oh, Wu Jiangguo. That's Wang Ran's younger brother. Lu Shiyao waved her hand and said with a relaxed expression. Zhang Qiaozu and the others were shocked. Little brother. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu Da Cha Xiao. Chapter 239. Researcher Lu, you are too fond of joking. Wu Jiangguo is this brother's younger brother. I can't believe it. Zhang Qiaozu shook his head. You know, Wu Jiangguo is as famous as their Lin team. Lin Lai's prestige in the northern capital is not ordinary. Not only is he strong, but he has also made a lot of contributions. Although he is not the boss of Baidu, no one treats him as a younger brother. We don't believe it either. Wu Jiangguo is a legendary figure. The other team members also muttered. How can he be weak if he can be as famous as Lin Lai? Lu Shiyao looked at Wang Ran, but Wang Ran smiled without saying a word, and was too lazy to explain. What is the use of such a false name? Can it be exchanged for food? Can it be exchanged for gold? Hey, we seem to be flying east now. Aren't we going to N City? Zhang Qiaozu asked. Let's go to Pudong Airport to refuel first, there are few zombies there. You can also find a plane at Pudong Airport to return to Baidu. Wang Ran explained. The zombies in Pudong district have basically been incorporated into younger brothers by themselves, and the number of remnants should be small. Alright. Researcher Lu, do you really stop thinking about going back with us? Zhang Qiaozu asked. No, I can still study if I stay here. Here is a USB flash drive and a box of reagents. The antivirus vaccine has been initially successful, and you can mass produce it after clinical trials. Lu Shiyao handed the suitcase to Zhang Qiaozu. Alright. Zhang Qiaozu took the box and nodded. He didn't know what made the so dedicated researcher Lu choose to stay in N City. If researcher Lu could go to Baidu, then the research progress would definitely be faster. Hey. Captain, we are saved, do you want to call Team Lin to report? Pilot Aaron reminded. Ah yes. It would be embarrassing for Team Lin to take someone to Hongqiao Airport later. Zhang Qiaozu took out the satellite phone and briefly explained it. Team Lin is already on its way. He said let us wait for him at Hongqiao Airport, and he took us back directly. Zhang Qiaozu hung up the phone and said. I'll go, will Team Lin come and pick it up in person? So excited. The eyes of the players lit up. Wang Ran and the others were very calm. Lin Lai is just a 6th level awakener. The strength is similar to that of Tang Tang. Let alone compare with Wang Ran. Soon, the Black Hawk landed at Pudong Airport. Pudong Airport is in the easternmost part of H City, close to the coastline. There are not many zombies in Pudong district itself, and even fewer in Pudong Airport. The big movement of the helicopter also attracted 3 zombies, one of which was a mutant zombie. As soon as he saw the helicopter, he immediately ran away. Xiaolu, accompany Jiaxin to find the gas truck. Shiyao, do you want any cosmetics? There should be quite a few duty-free shops at international airports. Wang Ran asked. Cosmetic? Lu Shiyao was stunned. She is usually addicted to research, and has never really put on makeup. Looking at the fairies on the island, Lu Shiyao did have some ideas. You have to increase your competitiveness. The fairy water, the mystery of sea blue, here I come. Then go have a look. Lu Shiyao nodded. Hey, I said you are. How can you take researcher Lu on an adventure? Zhang Qiaozu questioned. Captain Zhang, it's alright. Wang Ran's strength can handle whatever situation he encounters. Lu Shiyao explained with a smile. This. No, researcher Lu, you are a valuable asset of the country. I have to follow. Aaron Akiong, you take care of the wounded, and the others will go with me to protect researcher Lu. Zhang Qiaozu ordered it. Wang Ran smiled and did not speak. If someone offered to be a coolie porter, he would naturally not refuse. The group followed Wang Ran and Lu Shiyao to the duty-free shop at the airport. There are a few zombies wandering inside. Without Wang Ran's action, these zombies were directly killed by Zhang Qiaozu and others. During the fight, Wang Ran probably judged the strength of these players. Zhang Qiaozu is probably a level 4 awakener, and the rest of the players are generally level 2. Coupled with the fact that they are all equipped with firearms, this is a team with good combat effectiveness. Under the protection of these bodyguards, Lu Shiyao started shopping at the cosmetics counter. How can this ingredient be moisturizing? It's fake. This one doesn't work either. Saying that there are no chemical ingredients, there are obviously several kinds. This is even more excessive. The raw materials costing dozens of dollars are actually sold for 5,000 bottles. Lu Shiyao complained while walking around. After a circle, she didn't find much satisfaction. I said you can take whatever you want. Wang Ran persuaded him. What, do you think I'm troublesome? Lu Shiyao helped her glasses, her cheeks bulging. I mean you are naturally beautiful and have a more mature charm than other girls on the island. Where do you need so many cosmetics? Wang Ran quickly made up a bunch of rhetoric. That's not. Lu Shiyao blushed and lowered her head, feeling beautiful in her heart. Mature, the keywords are extracted. It looks like I will wear more mature clothes in the future. Just as Lu Shiyao was happily choosing cosmetics, there were dense footsteps in the corridor. Zhang Qiaozu and others who were on guard next to him suddenly became nervous. Soon, a group of mutant zombies appeared not far away. The leader seems to be a golden-eyed zombie. The mutant zombie next to him seems to be the one that escaped when the plane landed. It turned out to be calling. Ready to fight. Zhang Qiaozu gave an order, and all the team members raised their guns. Seeing this, the zombies rushed towards them frantically. The waiting room was instantly filled with gunfire and fire. The rifle is quite lethal to the zombies below the red pupil, and those zombies that rushed over instantly fell down. However, the golden-eyed zombie is not an ordinary zombie with no brains. He directly grabbed the body of a zombie and blocked it in front of him. The other zombies followed suit and rushed forward against the corpse. Soon, dozens of zombies rushed in front of Zhang Qiaozu's team. This distance is no longer suitable for shooting. Zhang Qiaozu and the others took out their daggers and fought with the zombies that rushed over. The strength of the two sides is similar, and the fight is very stalemate. And Wang Ran and Lu Shiyao are still strolling around the cosmetics store leisurely. It was not affected by the battle situation a few meters away in the slightest. At this time, one of the team members stumbled under the foot, lost his balance, and was about to be scratched by the claws of the zombies. A bottle of ski hit the zombie's head like a bullet. It's Doomsday, there are all female zombies around. Author, Yu De Cha Xiao. Chapter 240. It's dangerous. The player broke out in a cold sweat. If it weren't for this bottle of ski, it would be my own head that bloomed. He glanced at the direction ski was flying in. It must be the man named Wang Ran. It seems he does have some strength. The fighting continues. Wang Ran smashed a bottle from time to time to make the golden-eyed zombie a little annoyed. If it wasn't for Wang Ran's interference, they would have killed several team members long ago. Jin Tong zombie thought for a few seconds, then a mouthful of corrosive liquid forced Zhang Qiaozu, who was fighting with him, away, and charged towards Wang Ran and Lu Shiyao. Researcher Lu, be careful. In order to avoid the corrosive liquid, Zhang Qiaozu had to take a few steps back. It was too late for him to stop the golden pupil zombie. The Jin Tong zombie quickly rushed in front of Lu Shiyao. In his opinion, he can tear this woman to pieces with one claws. After killing this woman, and then killing the troublesome man, he can successfully kill the rest of the people. When Lu Shiyao saw the Jin Tong zombie rushing over, she calmly picked up a bottle of spray and sprayed it directly into the eyes of the Jin Tong zombie. What? My eyes. My eyes. The golden-eyed zombie covered his eyes and spun around in pain. He can't see anything. Hey, the alcohol content is too high, it's really irritating. This bottle is not good. Lu Shiyao said that she smashed the bottle in her hand at the head of the Jin Tong zombie. The Jin Tong zombie only felt a buzzing sound in his head and lost consciousness. Without the golden pupil zombie, the other mutant zombies were quickly killed by the team members. Zhang Qiaozu walked over to Lu Shiyao with a confused look. Researcher Lu. What's your strength? Zhang Qiaozu stammered and asked. Me? I don't know either, maybe level 5. Lu Shiyao thought about it. Anyway, she can get stronger every time she enters the greenhouse, and she doesn't know how many times she has been promoted. Zhang Qiaozu was very speechless. Researcher Lu, who looks weak and weak, is actually stronger than him. Don't be stunned. The tobacco and alcohol next door are all packed for me. Wang Ran ordered. Ah. Okay. Zhang Qiaozu and the others did not dare to underestimate Wang Ran, and immediately got busy. Researcher Lu has level 5 strength, so this Wang Ran must be even more powerful. After being busy for a while, the group came back with a big box and a small box. On the other hand, Wu Jiaxin's refueling has also been completed. As long as Lin Lai arrives here, Wang Ran can return smoothly. Oh, I knew I went to the duty-free shop with them just now. Lu Shuang was very annoyed after learning that there was a battle over there just now. It's been a long time since I came out, and I haven't even fought a serious fight. How can this hurt? Hey, why are there so few zombies here? Just when Lu Shuang sighed, the terminal building not far away suddenly collapsed. A burly zombie came out of the smoke. No. It's a red-eyed zombie. It's still a red-eyed tank zombie. Zhang Qiaozu frowned. Tank zombies are the strongest and most defensive in their class. This red-eyed tank zombie. It is estimated that the Lin team must come to deal with it. Fire suppression, stop him from approaching. Everyone, get on the plane quickly. Zhang Qiaozu immediately ordered to arrive. Several rifles were aimed at the red-eyed tank zombies, pouring firepower intensively. However, the red-eyed tank zombie blocked the huge arm in front of him, and these bullets could not cause damage to him. Every step of the tank zombie can make the ground vibrate. It looks like this guy has some patience. Researcher Lu, withdraw first. This guy is not easy to deal with. Zhang Qiaozu reminded. Ah, it's all right. It's just a red-eyed zombie. Lu Shiyao looked calm. Even Su Xiao, a higher-level zombie, is not Wang Ran's opponent. What's so scary about Xiao Hongtong? At this time, a plane appeared in the sky not far away, flying towards the airport runway. It's Team Lin's plane. Everyone, hold on for a while, Team Lin will be safe when they come. The team members seemed to be injected with stimulants, aiming at the critical gaps of the tank zombies and shooting continuously. A bullet hit a vulnerable part of the tank zombie, which made him go berserk in an instant. The mad tank zombie jumped high and was about to fall in front of everyone. At this time, the plane that was landing had already descended to a height of tens of meters. The cabin door was open, and a middle-aged man in camouflage jumped straight down. Team Lin is here. The team members took a few steps back to make room for Lin Lai. They knew that as soon as Lin Lai landed, he would fight this red-eyed tank zombie. Lin Lai in midair also thought so. He calculated the direction, and when he landed, he could give the zombie an elbow. Red-eyed tank zombies are indeed not easy to deal with, but he is Lin Lai, the god of war in the northern capital. The red-eyed zombies who died in his hands had double digits. Just when Lin Lai was about to land, Wang Ran in front of the red-eyed zombie moved. If you let this guy rush over again, it will be a disaster for Black Hawk. Wang Ran stepped in front of the red-eyed tank zombie. Before he could react, Wang Ran punched him in the chest. Boom! The body of the tank zombie flew out directly, hitting the ground heavily. And on his chest, there is a fist print like a crater. Grass. The red-eyed tank zombie only said one word and then swallowed. At this time, Lin Lai fell to the ground. The power that had been accumulating for a long time was all emptied, making Lin Lai very depressed. Still, the gloomy mood outweighed the shock. That red-eyed tank zombie just now was killed by a punch. Lin Lai estimated that he would have to fight him back and forth a few times, and he would die with such a punch? This young man is too strong. After thinking about it, Lin Lai only thought of one name, Wu Jiangguo. The man with the same name as him. Unexpectedly, Wu Jiangguo's strength was already ahead of him. Hey, the industry is good at diligence and idleness, and I have to continue to improve. Wang Ran looked at Lin Lai. This man looked in his 30s or 40s, with black and white hair, and he had the air of a soldier. No wonder the nickname is God of War. It is estimated that he came out of the army. Judging from the momentum on his body, his strength is indeed stronger than Wu Jiangguo. But compared with Tang Tang, it is not easy to say. Team Lin. Team Lin, why are you here in person? Zhang Qiaozu and the team members greeted him. +17.